Well, hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to attempt to, I'm not going to do the whole video like this, don't worry. I'm going to go through my PlayStation 2 physical games, baby. I think the camera's alright there. Okay, so, bear with. Get my microphone set up. Hi guys, it's me. Tony Fighter. Please fucking subscribe. Hadouken, that subscribe button. Anyway, yeah, so I've got my entire PlayStation 2 collection. I think I just counted, but I've already forgotten. It's either 152 or 154 games, okay? Let me know in the comments if anyone's going to count. Just going to do a quick check. I haven't got any more lying around anywhere. Thing is, in my games, when I've got so many games on the go, I'm like spinning so many different plates, like, you know. So hopefully the audio is okay. I got my microphone plugged in. Before we get started as well, I can't find my little remote, so at the end of the video I'll probably have to get up and I'm actually saying that I'm just that's my hand. That's what my hand looks like. It's going to bug me, see, if it's not. That's straight there anyway, isn't it? Okay, I'm just going to finish itching my eye. Thank you, this is top content, I know. So, yeah, we've got my PlayStation 2. I don't know how I'm going to do this, actually. Yeah, so over 150 games. We'll call it that, over 150. They might be in alphabetical order, okay? So, I'll just grab a pile, we'll go through, and I haven't actually played all of these games. But the PlayStation 2... Sorry, I got food in my mouth. Rice cake. Nice. This video is sponsored by rice cakes, baby. Yeah, so I haven't played all these games. I played the majority of them. I grew up with a lot of them as well. Some of them are actually the original games that I've still kept from back in the day. I'll try my best not to say that more than 97 times, okay? So I will not say back in the day more than 97 times. Yeah, but the PlayStation 2, it's there are some games that are very expensive, very collectible, but a lot of the games you can pick up a good game for 50 pence sterling. All right, so let's get into it, shall we? So talking of a game for 50 pence, I bought this for the lols. America's 10 Most Wanted, baby. I remember I was, back in the day, I was working in Curry's in the warehouse. So I was the first guy as warehouse manager. I was the guy that's opening all the boxes, seeing all the new games. And if you hadn't bought the magazines, the review magazines, we didn't know what was coming out. And this game just looked nuts, do you know what I mean? But I think it's actually... If I remember right, you fight Bin Laden at the end or something. It turns into like use special combo attacks to catch your man. I think maybe it's a rumor, but I think they are actually based on proper people, you know. So like Bin Laden's in it at the end, apparently. So yeah, that's my first game. Awesome game alert. Black. Can argue this is one of the best first-person shooters to come out on the PlayStation 2. Graphically, I'm a bit far away from the camera. It's really impressive. I don't know, it's not an exclusive as far as I remember, but this is a game that I had back in the day and I had a ton of fun. It was old school as a hard shooter, first person shooter. Sorry, I call my first person shooters shooters. So I apologize if I refer to a game as a shooter, right? But I mean first person shooter, right? Yeah, so this game, and what I liked about it, I haven't played it for years, but it starts out, it's all flashbacks. They're interrogating a guy, he's like chained up or something, and I don't know if it's torture, but they're interrogating this guy, quite brutal what they're doing to him, and he's like flashing back to all these different missions. And what I really appreciated, like one mission would be like in a factory or something, the next mission would be totally different, like out in the woods or something like that. So yeah, it's a really good game. If you haven't played that, it probably does still stand up today, but be warned, it's not an easy game. Well, I didn't find it easy. I had to I think it's save points. It's not checkpoints. I don't even think there's health kits or something like that. Or if there isn't many of them. Okay, moving on. A game I haven't played. I bought this up, picked this up quite recently. Commandos 2 Men of Courage. Looks like a strategy kind of game. I can't say much more about it because I haven't actually played it yet. But there's a nice weight on this. Yeah, it's got a nice chunky fucking manual. It's all in there, guys. Bomberman Hardball. Another game I haven't picked up. I gotta be honest, it's like all sports games, but it does look like you can play classic Bomberman in there, so that's the reason I picked this up. I think I was a cheap buy. I think it's quite getting a little bit pricey. It's over the £5 mark, so you know, anything over £5 for a PS2 game, I'd say is a little bit on the pricey side. Really good game alert. Bloody Roar 3. I am very slowly gonna get a full Bloody Roar collection. These games, obviously it's a fighting game. It's quite an easy fighting game. I find it quite easy anyway. But what's unique about this is your character has got your human form, and they've got like a beast mode kind of thing, so you can turn into wolves and stuff like that. Each character has got a different beast basically, so and you can activate your that mode as well. So yeah, it's a good fun game. I don't think I didn't play that on Around the World of 80 Fighting Games, did I? Another game, I'm ashamed to say I haven't played this yet, but I got a nice minty. This is known as Bully, or as Canon Edit. Maybe I've said that wrong. As a guy, I say a lot of things wrong, you know. But yeah, it's obviously Rockstar. It's a game a lot of people are crying out to. Oh, there, as you can see here. It's a game a lot of people are crying out for a remake or something like that. Maybe they will one day because they did the original. No, sorry, GTA 2 or 3 is it or whatever they've redone. I'm not interested in them, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna get into that one day. Awesome game alert. Capcom vs SNK 2, one of my favourite games of all time. This actually is a game that I've kept from back in the day. As you can see in the top, it's got the 4 for 20. I don't remember, maybe I peeled the stickers off. I would be curious to find out. I am interested to find out what the 4 games I picked up when I had this. This was the 4th game. And they had Marvel vs Capcom 2 there. It was in the offer as well. Amazing, mind. And then again, 4 games for 20 quid. We didn't know retro gaming was going to be such a thing, did we? And I was umming and ahhing, and I think I caught a bus to town one day, and I picking it up, putting it back, and I thought I picked up Marvel vs Capcom 2, and I obviously I picked up the wrong game, so it stayed on my shelf for a couple of months. Then I thought, yeah, I'm in the mood for that. Some play as Hulk. He was my guy back in the day. I put it on and I was like, fuck, this is the wrong game. I didn't really know much about SNK characters. I knew King of Fighters was a series. I knew Sam Show was a series, you know. And then it turned into one of my favourite games of all time. I blame this, or I credit this rather, that mistake where I picked it. It's almost fate. It introduced me to the world of SNK, you know. So, yeah, very special game for me, that is. But my favourite version, I'm happy, I'm lucky enough to own it on the Xbox and the GameCube. The GameCube version is my favourite version, okay? Right, okay, we're on to the next pile. Chaos Legion. This is another game. I really like the look of it. I haven't played it. I think you're talking 50 pence or £1 for some of these games, so that must have been one of the cheap ones. But what stands out, it's a nice cool cover, you know, but it's Capcom, baby. So yeah, happy days. We're a big fan of Capcom. I'm just going to bring my chair forward a bit if I can. Sorry. Moving on. Cold Fear. I've heard nothing but good things about this. Another game I just picked up. I think it's had this in the market, Swansea Market, and it's a Ubisoft game, 18. I haven't played it yet, but I did look at some of the reviews, but I think it's got like this mechanic where you're on like a boat or a ship, and it's rocking with the sea and stuff, and it makes it a little bit harder, the shooting aspect of it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting stuck into that. Cold Winter. A lot of people muddle these two games up, you know. So Cold Fear and Cold Winter. Again, I haven't played it, but it looks like a a first-person shooter. It's saying it's the online shooters and stuff like that. But it had really good reviews, and it's made by Sierra, so yeah, should be pretty good. Another game, I had this game for free. I went to Carmarthen to get it from CEX about a month ago maybe, and the showing that they had it in stock, I didn't go just for this game, but they had a number of games, and this was one of the ones I was looking for. They didn't have it there, so the stock file was wrong. Called into, I always muddle up Retribution and Retro Stash in totally different towns, so apologies in other videos, I'm fucking muddled them up. But incidentally, I went to Retribution, right, and he gave me this game for free because he said the disc isn't in the best condition, so you can have it for free. So that's very nice of him, so shout out Retribution. Haven't played it yet because I haven't had it that long. Crimson Tears, it had Capcom, nice big logo Capcom on the cover, so I thought, yeah, I'll check that out. It looks like an arena fighter or 3D fighter, so yeah, I can't remember what I got. I think I got that from Super Tomato in Cardiff, but yeah, I haven't had time to get round to it yet. Dark Chronicle, I've heard good things about this. Who's it made by? Oh, it's a Sony exclusive, is it? It looks like Sony. Yeah, it looks really good. Nice colourful graphics. I've got a feeling this is on the PlayStation Store now. So I've had this in my collection for quite a while, if memory serves me correct. And just haven't had time to get into it. I believe it's an RPG. Maybe it's an action RPG. Yeah, it looks pretty cool, actually. So, again, there's not enough time to play all these games, is there? Right, awesome game, Dead or Alive 2. Apparently, it's quite known in the fighting game community, but apparently this game is the highest rating, with the critic reviews and stuff. It's the highest rated game of all time, fighting game. It had like a 9.9 out of 10 or something, average score. So obviously it came out in what you can argue with the golden age of fighting games, But yeah, I'm a big fan of the whole Dead or Alive series. What have we got? Death by Degrees. Fuck, I still haven't got around to playing it. I might do this on my channel, just boot it up, do it so you get my initial thoughts on it. Includes Tekken 5 new footage. So it is, technically it's a Tekken game. I got it more with my collector's hat on, But I'm very late to the party with this. I had no idea this existed growing up, But yeah, it looks interesting. It's not the fighting game, it's more of a brawler. Like a 3D kind of brawler, So yeah, it looks really good. Deus Ex, probably the only Deus Ex game I haven't played. I'm a massive fan of, I can't see on the top of my games unit, my thing there, I've got a nice statue of Jensen, 9 out of 10, PlayStation magazine, PSW magazine, 9 out of 10. I believe it's better on the PC, but yeah, I'm happy to have that in the collection. I will eventually get round to playing that. Okay, we'll go a bit quicker now. So I got Devil May Cry 1, Devil May Cry 2. We've got Devil May Cry 2. The reason I've got two fucking Devil May Cry 2s, I got confused. It's not one of those ones that was in storage. I can't blame that. I knew I had Devil May Cry 1, but for some reason, when I was looking at the shelves, all these games, I was like, oh yeah, great, I'll buy Devil May Cry 2. It's not considered the best game in the series. It's probably considered one of the worst games in the series. But for some reason, I thought I had 3. So I thought, right, to get the complete PS2 collection, I'll buy it. Got all excited, put it on my shelf, and I thought, fuck, I've already got it, didn't I? So that's why I got 2 Devil May Cry 2. My fault, my bad. New edition, very happy to add this. Leaving the price on because I got an absolute bargain. I bought this last weekend or the weekend before. Last time I went game hunting, found this for a steal of £3. It's like £8 plus in CX, and it goes for even north of £10 for an half decent copy like this, So it's nice. There's no manual in it though, unfortunately. But yeah, to find that for £3, and it is the special edition as well. So I'm really happy. I'm not going to be that long till I play that, but I am tempted to play the version that they've done, the remaster, but I'm really happy to have that in the collection. Okay, Disney's Treasure Planet. It's one of my favorite Treasure Planet movies. No, it's one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. I like the Treasure Island story. I've tried reading the book. The book isn't that good, but I like the movies. I think we watched one when I was in school, or we did like a school project on Treasure Island, as I'm sure a lot of you have. Ooh, ice cream. Anyone want ice cream? I fancy a white chocolate Magnum, please. Yeah, whoever's going to grab me that, thank you in advance. Yeah, so what I liked with this, obviously it's a very modern take on the Treasure Island, but it's obviously Treasure Planet, so it's like however many years in the future or whatever it's meant to be set, there's aliens living on Earth and stuff like that. So it's, instead of going to Treasure Island, it's a planet. And it's really good. I like the soundtrack. I like the fact that does really well using like computer generated graphics and traditional animated style as well. So it's one of my favourite Disney movies of all time. So I thought I got to get the game, and yeah, it gets criticised because it gets compared to those Jack's games. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm nowhere near finishing it, but it kept me entertained. This was a game I'd actually, every single time I went into CX or any store, I'd always look for this. It took me about 3 years to find this, but I played the waiting game and I finally found it. And it was, I think I paid £1, something like that. Didn't pay much for it, you know. Right, Downhill Domination. Great game. Really good game this is. If you like mountain bikes and things like this is the game for you, and it still holds up. They are actually quite nostalgic now. Like, I used to collect, there was a time, you all go through phases, isn't it? Where I went through a phase where I liked mountain bikes, and I used to buy mountain bike magazines and stuff. So I recognise the bikes are real bikes that's in it. Not like in the car games, you go and buy a new car and upgrade. It's the same, but with mountain bikes. So yeah, it's really good fun, and it tight controls, great fun that is. Dynasty Tactics, haven't played it yet, so I'm just going to skim over that. I didn't pay a ton of money for it. Graphics, it looks really, really good. I'm in the mood for something like that. This is one of my favourite, I think it might have been my favourite PlayStation 2 game. When I did my top 3 Tuesday on PS2. It was definitely in my top 3 anyway. Dragon Quest Journey of the Cursed King. I've got it on the better version, actually, is on the 3DS. But it's a great RPG. It's my first experience of Dragon Quest. And what a game. What a game. Haven't played, I'll do the next 2 together. So you got Evil Dead. Ice cream van's coming around again. I'll have another ice cream then, please. Yeah, Evil Dead Fistful of a Boomstick and Evil Dead Regeneration. I haven't played them yet. I've heard really good things about it, and I tell you what, now's kind of the time to play it. Maybe I will play one of these on my channel on Halloween. Really happy to have this. This was a hard game to find. I can't remember where. I might have had this in Super Tomato. You had it in the cabinet. Fatal Fury Battle Archives Volume 1. Yeah, I'm chuffed to have this in my collection. Look at that, the artwork on the cover and everything. So it's got Fatal Fury 2, Fatal Fury Special, and Fatal Fury 3, all on one fucking disc. Happy days. And I have got this, the digital copy as well on the PS5. One of the worst games, definitely the worst game I've played this year. Probably the worst game in my entire, what did I say, 152, 154 PS2 games. This is the worst game. Fight Box. It should be called Fuck Box. It's made by the BBC. I'm not going to talk about it anymore because it fucking sucks. Leading nicely on from fucking sucks. Fighting Fury. Bit of a mess of a game, if I'm honest. The range is all fucked. Like the legs, when you do a kick, your leg just grows. It's almost like, it's not Dalsim levels of stretching, but it's like your leg, it just goes massive when you do a kick, and then the punches, it's just a mess. I don't recommend it, but I only paid either 49 or I might have gone 50p. If I paid 49, it's okay, but if I paid up to 50 pence for that piece of shit, then Gutted, absolutely gutted. Okay, Fireblade. This was, looking at that, it would have been $1.99 or $3 for a $5. I haven't played it yet, but it looks a good laugh, you know. So I can't say much more about that. So I'm just going to move these so I kind of know where I'm going. Because I got to put them back. You can see behind me. I've got an empty shelf there, and there's an empty shelf down there as well. Final Fantasy X. This was one of the reasons I had the PS2. I had a PS2 back in the day, but it was Xbox was my first console, and then I did start to notice, hey, there's some really good looking games coming out on the PS2. Again, when I was working in Curry's, I used to have every single game I used to have a quick gander at, you know, because browse. And this one is one of the ones that caught my eye. I thought, like, look at the graphics on it. You know, back then, that was really fucking pushing the limits, that was. Then I got 2. I haven't actually played this one. I've never actually finished 10. The best go of that, I've got it on the PS3 as well. They did the remaster, and I think it's on the PS4 as well. And it's on the Vita. I think it's on the Vita. Let me know in the comments if I'm right or wrong. Yeah, so I haven't actually got around to playing that. I will do it one day. I will do it. Awesome game. I've featured this on the channel. I had it on the Xbox originally. It was a complete blind buy. Paid 40 quid. But what caught my eye was, it says, from the makers of Hitman 2. And I think it was literally the night before I'd finished Hitman 2. I had a ton of fun with it. And then I was in the mood for something else. So I thought, it's Hitman 2. I'll buy it. So as soon as my shift finished, bought it. And it's a fantastic game. I wish there was only criticism of this game is it's too short. You can do it in a day, a full day, mind. It probably take 4 or 5 hours to complete, if you know what you're doing on it. But yeah, it's an excellent game, very unique game that is. This was $34.99 in HMV. From Russia with love. I've never actually played it. I think I got it for £1. I think I do remember I bought this in, let me get this right, Retro Stash, the Simple Talbot. It looks really, really good. Most James Bond games are good, aren't they? So, yeah. I haven't played it yet, so I can't say much more. Genji, haven't played that, so I can't say much more. I'm just going to skip through some of these. Oh, right. Ghost in the Shell standalone complex. Okay, so I've got the extra sleeve and all that shit, you know. I ordered this online. I was really looking forward to playing it. It looks really good fun. I'm actually watching Ghost in the Shell now, so I might stick this on later this afternoon, who knows. But I can't get off the first level. The shooter mechanics quite basic. I think it's like auto aim on it. She looks amazing, right? But then I just stuck. I don't know what I gotta do. But there's this crane flying, if I remember right. I played for years. This crane going back and forth. I think I got to get up on top of the crane because it makes sense. If I'm on that crane somehow, I can jump over these shipping containers. But yeah, I got stuck. I was so excited. I was like, what do? I can't. I put hours literally running. I've tried everything. But I think it's something to do with that crane, if I'm being honest. Okay. Godzilla Save the Earth. A ton of fun there. There's a good cast or a good roster. Most of the main guys are in there, you know. I've got this on the Xbox as well, so that's the one I tend to play. I think it works on the Xbox 360, see, so that's it runs nice and smooth, baby. But yeah, good game. Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. I think I've only very briefly played this. I like Grand Theft Auto 5, but I'm going to go back and play the old school, so these ones here, okay? So I've got that. I got Vice City and San Andreas. Funny thing with this, saying about this came out when I was working in Curry's, and I have briefly said it before, but I didn't have a PS2 back then when this game came out, and this is one of the ones that kind of caught my eye. And normally we'd have different deliveries every day, and this delivery showed up, and the guy was looking at me funny. He used to get on like first name basis with most of the delivery guys. Can't remember your name. The delivery guy probably passed away, but now he wasn't the youngest of people anyway. So always enjoying his retirement, playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas for what I had in hand then. Yeah, so we'd normally get about 4 boxes of games, and the big games came out. I'm not lying, it was a lorry full of boxes of this. It was hundreds, like 5, 6, even close to 1,000 of these games. Just these, I was opening the box, and I had to scan every single one of them, scan them in and add them to the system in Currys. I went to the manager, I said, oh, we've had a massive delivery. And he was like, oh, like, someone's fucked up somewhere. Someone's added a couple of zeros. Should have been 50 odd. And it was like 540 coming in or something like that. And I didn't used to work weekends back then. So that was Thursday, Friday. And then I put them into another stock room. It's like a games cupboard, it was called. It was a very small stock room. And they were just boxed. They was full. You couldn't even get in there because there was so many of them. So I had the weekend off and there was one box left. There was one box of 30 of these left. And that sold that day. So this game was a massive deal back then, you know. So good. I've got 2 copies of it. This must have been, one of them must have been one that I kept from back in the day. When I did have a PlayStation 2, I did check it out to see what all the fuss was about. But then a lot of my games were put into storage. Or I forgot I had them in storage and rediscovered them when I had my own house. All the boxes, right? Your mum's like, can I have all this stuff back? And I was like, oh wow, I didn't even know I had these. And old books and old games and stuff were reappearing, you know. Another new game in the collection, I haven't played it yet, Gunbird Special Edition. There's 2 games on there. It's a shmup, and it's meant to be a really good shmup. So I can't say much more about that. Guilty Gear X, Guilty Gear X2, awesome. We like Guilty Gear on this channel. And we like Guilty Gear Izuka. I haven't actually played that one yet, so I was really excited when I found that in the shop. That was in CX in Cardiff. But yeah, I'm a big Guilty Gear fan. My least favourite Guilty Gear is Strive, believe it or not. But my favourite Guilty Gear might be X or Xrd Rev 2. No, it's probably Xrd Rev 2. That's a fucking brilliant game, that is. Right, moving on. We've got Hyper Street Fighter 2, the Anniversary Edition, baby. What a game. I suck at this game, but I still love that game. I got Jack 2. Haven't played that yet, but these are meant to be good games. Again, if it's a better version of Treasure Planet, happy fucking days. Jack 3. James Pond codename or Robocard. James Pond was a big deal back when I was growing up. It's like a fun little platformer. He was big in the I don't think he was on the Commodore 64. Maybe he was, but he was big deal on the Commodore Amiga. And my next door but one neighbour had a Commodore Amiga, so I pretended to be friends with him while he had this game. And yeah, it was a good fun game, that is. Right, here we go. So I've got Kessen. I haven't played them yet, but I make a big deal about this. So I got Kessen 1, Kessen 2, Kessen 3, but as you all know, anyone's watched my channel before, it's got the wrong fucking disc. So this was Newport CEX. The knobhead put the wrong game in there. I'm sure he didn't do it on purpose, but he wasn't concentrating. So cheers, you fucking... No, you know, it's bigger problems in the world. I will fix it one day. I might just buy another one, you know. But I'm going to play them, Kessen, in order, 1, 2, 3. But apparently, Kessen 1 is the best game in the series, apparently. Kelly Slater's Pro Surfer. Another game I was looking for years and years and years and never had it back in the day. But I grew up with, I was a big fan of surfing, bodyboarding, all that shit growing up. It was a big deal back in the 90s. And Kelly Slater was the king, wasn't he? He was even on Baywatch, wasn't he, at one point? It's mad to think of it, right? And he's still surfing and winning competitions now, you know? Yeah, so I'm really happy when I found out. I think I went, yes! And my mates are like, well, what have you found? And it's like a 50 pence game, but that means a lot to me because I was looking for it for so long. Big fan of the Killzone series. This is obviously the first one. This is where the title Halo Killer came from. Visually, I like the grey brown colour. It's very dull, graphic art style to it. But But I'd never finished this. It's probably the only one I haven't actually finished. I finished all the other ones. Yeah, I think I finished them all. Apart from this one, I'll have to rectify that. But I just got stuck. Or I think that was the girl I was living with at the time was doing my head in, and so we stopped playing it or something. I never got back to it. And I got another copy of Killzone. So same thing. I forgot about that box. I was in the garage, in my mother's garage. So I rebought it, and that's why I got 2 copies of that. Knight Rider, the game. This is meant to be horseshit, but I think this would have been... I bought it for the lols. I think it was one of those games that must have been in the 3 for £5 or something. Either that or I paid 50 pence for it, or even 49 pence for it, you know. But yeah, it's meant to be a shit game, that is. But yeah, I bought it for the lols. Kingdom Hearts, briefly played it. I don't get it. I've got the new, is it 3 on the PlayStation 4? I don't know. I need someone to sit down with me and fucking explain why these games are good. You know, I just don't get it. But these are the ones. So that's 2 for 20. These are the original ones that I had from back in the day. So I must have liked them enough not to sell them or trade them in. Okay, the next couple of games are going to be fucking awesome. So King of Fighters 2000 and 2001. This game, right? I'm not lying. It feels like 6 months ago. It was like £2 or £3. I think it's something like £15 in CEX now, and a lot of people base their prices on CEX. Love or hate CEX. I do. When I'm looking on eBay, I'm thinking, oh, that's a good price. I always check what CEX are selling it for, you know. So we are lucky. I like CEX, I do. So yes, you got 2000 and 2001 on there. I think I paid £1 or £2 for it, you know what I mean? It's fucking brilliant. All these games are good. So you got King of Fighters 2002. I love, one of my favourite games of all time is 2002 on the PlayStation 4. They've perfected it, but they've kept the same art style, the artwork. Really good game. This was the hardest one to find. I don't know if it's still the case, mind, but yeah, big fan of King of Fighters 2003. It might be my favourite King of Fighters on the PS2, might be, but I changed my mind so many times. 11, a very good game. Yeah, really good game actually. I had a ton of fun. That did feature on my channel once before. Maximum Impact and Maximum Impact 2. Yeah, really enjoyed these as well. I think I did finish this. I think I went Athena when I played this on the channel. Another great game. And Neowave is probably, is my least favourite. It's the one I nearly rage quit and inspired one of my top 3 Tuesdays, because I was going for that button. I was going to press it, go, thanks for watching, love you, bye, I can't be bothered. It wasn't a game over, I just couldn't be bothered. It was, I went as Whip, and Whip is probably the worst character to go. Her whip just doesn't seem to want to connect. It's almost like if you're too close to the character, it doesn't do no damage. The whip just goes through them. I think in real life, come on, that would still fucking hurt, wouldn't it? I've got a sealed, wow, this is my collector cap on now. So I got the Orochi Saga sealed. So in case you didn't know, it's got 94, 95, 96, 97 and 98 all on there, right? So and I've got it sealed. The reason it's still sealed is for something like less than £3, £2.39. It was on the PlayStation store, so I bought the digital, and then I saw this on eBay it was stupidly cheap. I'm talking less than £10. I think in CEX it's 40 odd pound. If it's mint, it's sealed, so that is mint. Out of all the games, it's the only sealed game I got. That is mint. If anyone's asking what's mint, that's mint, you know. I've got no intention of selling it. It is like my pride and joy, you know, on my shelf. Haven't played this one, Lord of the Rings, but I went on a Lord of the Rings kick recently, so can't say much more about that. This is a good laugh, good fun game, The Two Towers. And then obviously I've got Return of the King, baby. Yeah, hack and slash. It's not groundbreaking, but if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, it's definitely worth checking out. I didn't get the fuss when it came to Tomb Raider, right? But I saw this. It's the anniversary collection. This was in CEX in Swansea. Look how mint that is. I thought I better buy it because there's some right fucking torags in Swansea. They'll just rip it open just to be a dick, like, do you know what I mean? or they can't look after things. They're like, oh, it's not mine, I'll just rip that. Like try and open it from the top or something. But yeah, look how good the condition that is. I mean, I thought, yeah, what? Look at it. Wow, baby. So I thought, yeah, fucking get in my collection, you know, and she's easy on the eye, isn't she? My ex-girlfriend, Lara Croft, honest. Right, what else have we got? But I haven't played, no, I have played it, but I think I rented it from Blockbuster years ago, and I don't know. Manhunt, actually forgot I had that. I'm not gonna lie, I was tempted to do a search on that. I do it all the time. I think, all right, I'm going to buy that, and I always think, right, stop, check my collection before I actually bid or buy something, because as you can see, I've got quite a few duplicates, you know. Haven't got around to playing it yet, so I can't say much more about that. Another game I haven't played yet, He-Man. Saw it in the shop and thought, yeah, it looks really good, and I love the art style. It's like the old school cartoons. I have watched a YouTube, I can't remember, someone was playing it, like doing a playthrough. Looked quite hard, but yeah, looked good fun. Bought this for the lols, Medal of Honor, The Rising Sun. Really good first level, and we had this, it's a 12 plus, but we were running this when I worked in that Curry's. We were running this on one of the the demos, and it just kept playing like the first level, the first mission, and it's really impressive. Visually it's stunning, right? We're on that like sinking warship, gets attacked and it sinks, and you've got to get off, jump overboard or whatever, you know. But then it goes downhill pretty fucking fast. But I paid £1 for it, and it's in nice condition, so I'll see if it's as bad as I remember. The Matrix Path of Neo. Paid 99 pence for it, and I've heard, I don't think it reviewed that well, but when it first came out, there was a guy in the gym, and I said, oh, where have you been? He didn't come to the gym all week, I've been ill or something. No, I'm playing this Neo, the Matrix game, and so this game, I've always had it in the back of my mind, there must be something about it, because he was saying it's the best game he's ever played. Oh, and it's made by Atari, so Atari don't make bad games anymore. Right, we've got Maximo, and I think I got Maximo 2. Yeah, Maximo and Maximo 2. These are obviously Capcom games, but they spiritual successor to Ghouls and Ghosts, or the Ghosts and Goblins franchise, you know. So they're meant to be a 3D Ghouls and Ghosts, apparently, but I haven't actually played them yet. I do apologise. Mega Man X8. This is the only Mega Man game I've got on my PS2. Thinking about it, might be the only Mega Man game I've actually owned a physical copy of, you know. And I saw it at, I think I had this in a charity shop, and I know Mega Man games can get a bit pricey. I know they're very collectible, so me with my collector's cap, I thought buy it so I could sell it maybe. I had a go, I suck. I really enjoyed the first mission. Got to the boss. I'm talking 5 minutes gameplay. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I was like, oh, okay. I was kind of just testing to see if the game works. Okay, there's not many scratches on it. But like for £1, I think I paid that for that. You know. Oh, hello, my dog's coming in. Hello, boy. He's wondering what I've done. I've had to move the table from that wall over here. So he's come in, going, what's going on in there? He's yeah. We've been running this morning. We did 15 kilometers. He comes with me. But he's running back and forth, so he's probably done 16, 17 kilometres. Then we've been at my mother's house, taking tiles up off the floor, because I'm a top son, aren't I? And he came with me, so he's playing with my mother's dog, so he must be shattered. Now, he'd be glad when I go to work tomorrow. So, yeah, anyway, let's get back to the channel, baby. Yeah, Mega Man 8, got it in the collection. I suck at them. But some people are mad enough to go for a full Mega Man collection. That's not going to be cheap, let me tell you. Metal Gear Solid 2. I've never got into them. The one I've played the most is the one that came out on the PS4. I did it was a Guns of the Patriot on the PS3. That was an alright game as well, actually. But I didn't like the fact that everyone was comparing this and Splinter Cell. But when you actually play both of them, they're totally different. They're stealth, but this is like over the top sci-fi thing, and Splinter Cell's a more slow down pace, not as many cutscenes. I was more of a Splinter Cell, like what was his name, Sam Fisher fan than Snake. But I've got it. I think one day I'm gonna Snake Eater, is that? Yeah, that game there. This is meant to be the the dog's bollocks, this game. So I think I'm start with that one, you know, and see what the fuss was all about. Actually, I have briefly played it. I just couldn't get into it. It was the cutscenes. You couldn't skip the cutscenes, I think, if my memory serves. I thought, nah, I can't be bothered. Game I'm really happy to have in the collection. Anything SNK, Neo Geo, I'm happy to have in my collection. Metal Slug 3. I hardly ever play this anymore, right? I'm not selling it. It's completely in box, right? I can't remember where I got it. I got no memory of buying this. But I've got the collection or whatever it is on the PS4. So that's my go-to when I want to play some Metal. I play it quite a lot, you know. Micro Machines, and that should be Micro Machines V4. I picked this up last week or the week before. I made the mistake. I thought they were the same game. Just checking now that they're not the same fucking game. But growing up, we had a Nintendo 64. And when my brother was a student, it was our game that we all used to play in the student flat that he had. All the boys used to come over, and I used to school them in it. I'm not going to lie. Loved it. Really good memories of that on the N64. I believe I kept that, you know. Right then, these are brilliant. These Midway Arcade treasures, right? They used to be £1 or like 50 pence in CEX. But I used to go, I don't know, will I play it? But I just pick them up and you think, when you read the games that's on there, some fucking brilliant, like this one here now, Smash TV. The arcade version of Smash TV's on there. And the games that hold up really well, you know. Okay, you got Joust and stuff like that on there, but Rampage, 3-player Rampage, Gauntlet, yes, it's amazing. But it's the amount of times I've just skimmed over it. Nah, I don't know, without actually taking 19 seconds out of my day to read the fucking back. Like, I could have been enjoying those games years ago. Okay, Mortal Kombat. We are a massive fan of Mortal Kombat. It's not up there with SNK like King of Fighters or Street Fighter, those games, but yeah, I do like Mortal Kombat. So I've got Mortal Kombat Armageddon, Shaolin Monks, MotoGP. Bought this, I think it was 50 pence. I think it's like £2 in CX, and then I saw it charity shop or something for 50p. I believe that's Max Biaggi. So I was a Rossi fan. I got Rossi tattoos. My dog is named after Valentino Rossi, so we're big fans of Rossi in this house. But yeah, it looks really good. I got a feeling I had this back in the day, but I just couldn't get the grips with it. But I thought for 50p, let's take a trip down memory lane, you know. MX versus ATV Unleashed, baby. This is a ton of fun. Really do like it. Anything motorbikes, I always go the Scramblers. That's for the most fun. Need for Speed Underground 2. Everybody's played that game. Everybody likes the soundtrack and stuff on it. Great game. Sorry. MX Rider. I'm going to go a little bit quicker because this is going on quite a long time. I do apologise. But thank you. Thank you anyone that's actually watching this for like nearly 43 minutes. What I like to do with videos like this, I listen to them. Like say I'm doing some painting or I'm cleaning the kitchen. I always put these on in the background, so try it. Yeah, so it's another Atari. It's a different Atari logo, look. But MX Rider, I think this is one of the games I had from back in the day. Looking at it, it's nice and mint. So I know, yeah, that I definitely had that. It's so mint. Yeah, that's one of my ones from back in the day. I was late to the party on this. Neo Geo Battle Coliseum. This game is fantastic. I fear it's underrated. Really good cast roster. I always muddle those two words up. I suppose they can argue they mean the same thing. But yeah, fun game. Buy it. I think it's actually, I paid like 12 quid. I got a feeling it's up around about £30 mark now, but it is worth, if you see it for 30, 40 quid, it's definitely worth it. Tell them Tony sent you, right? Shout to me in the comments if anybody buys it and thinks it's shit. Oni, oh wow, I paid 50p for this, right? And just now I noticed it's a Rockstar game. I had zero idea. This is one of those games that I think it did pretty well in the reviews. Maybe it's one of those games that there's so many of them sold. Everybody's got like a Halo or something. But it passed me by back in the day. And until right now, I had no idea it was a Rockstar game. So yeah, I'm gonna show my PS2 some love, you know, over the next couple of months. Omniscia, what Warlords, this Capcom game. I think this must have been in one of those 3 for £5, and it's fucking really good. So apparently, I don't play many Resident Evil games. It's like a samurai ninja take on Resident Evil, I think. Then I got number 2. Outrun 2006, Coast to Coast. This game, a lot of people bought this when it first came out and traded it in straight away, so they couldn't, because it's a little bit hard. But it's a ton of fun. It's very arcadey, you know. I think people thought it was like the next GTA or something. Gran Turismo. Sorry, not GTA. Gran Turismo. That's another thing I tend to muddle up, you know. But yeah, I fucking had a ton of fun. I think I paid like £1-2 for it, and I think this is starting to go up in price. So if you see that cheap, guys, pick it up, baby. Sorry for coughing on the microphone. Peter Jackson's King Kong. I think that was a 50p game. Oh, I keep meaning to play it, but I'm going to play the Xbox 360 version. That was actually, the Xbox 360 version of King Kong was the first time I ever saw HD graphics. I remember I was in game. I took a bit of a break from current gen. Then I saw the 360 and it was linked up to a HD TV. And there was like a cutscene playing where King Kong was running around. I was like, fuck, no, like you could see he was not 3D, but it was so like crisp graphics. You could see he was closer to the camera, and the background, the trees and stuff were further back. It's a beautiful game. So I haven't actually played. I played it in the shop briefly, so I was like halfway through the game or something. Didn't know what the hell I was doing. I think we were like running on this cliff thing. But I'm a big fan of this movie. This is my favorite King Kong. Or was the one in the 70s? Anyway, we're not talking about King Kong or a Godzilla channel, in case you didn't know. But yeah, I haven't got around to playing it yet. Phantasy Star Universe. I think I picked this up quite recently as well. No, I didn't. What am I on about? I have played this a lot, but I kept getting lost in the space station. It was like, right, return to your quarters. I couldn't find out where I was living and stuff. And I was like, I leveled up, right? This is one of those games. I was actually drinking a little bit back then, you know. I don't drink at all now. Sober Tony, in case you didn't know. Go Tony. Anyway, yeah, so I did. Yeah, it's a good game. But I stopped playing it because I sucked at it, let's say. Another game I haven't played yet, Sierra game, Predator, Concrete Jungle. This looks fucking brilliant. Why haven't I played it? There's just too many games, isn't it? I reckon I could go a year without buying any. It's my hobby though. I think I could go a full 12 months without buying any new games. I probably got enough stuff in my backlog. If I piled all the games I never played, I probably got 50 plus games, you know. But it's just my hobby, do you know what I mean? And you can't argue, I mean, it's an investment. Because if I wanted to sell these games, like the 50p games, in 5-6 years' time, they're probably going to be quite a lot more money. But I'm not buying it for all that. So, yeah, it's just my hobby. Anyway, not justifying myself to you. Leave me alone. But yeah, that game looks really, really good. And we love Predator in this house. Primal. I had to check, I haven't got to. I nearly bought this again recently, and I was like, hang on, I'm pretty sure I've got it. Looks really cool. Never actually played it. I don't know if it's on the PlayStation store now. I don't know. But, yeah, it looks really good. It didn't cost me much money. I think I was like £1 or something. What's this? I can't even say. Right, I'm going to try and pronounce that now, right? Right, wish me luck. It's a shmup, basically. I can't fucking say it. I can't. Size far? Yeah, so in the next game I got sorry, I'm a twat. But yeah, it's a shmup. Yes, I'm a big fan of I haven't played it yet, but every time, I got the Retribution sticker on there. Every time I go there, he's got really good shmups, you know, so I look forward to playing. Sorry, I got a weird sense of humour. Powerdrome, this is quite a recent pickup. I paid, I'm sweating, I'm laughing. Do apologise in advance. Yeah, it's weird, there aren't any graphics on the back, but I thought for £1, how bad can it be, you know? Get in the collection. What else have we got? Can't even talk now. RC Revenge Pro. What a good fun game that is. This is probably the best controls. Basically, you're controlling, in case you couldn't tell, remote control car, and it's like around the garden or whatever, you know, and there's some wacky tracks in there. But the controls are so tight because in a remote control car, you're so light. You know, most of them, the bodywork and all is plastic, isn't it? So to turn a corner, you turn that corner, you know, and it's really, they've done a really good job simulating the fact that you're driving in or controlling a remote control car. Really good game. Rogue Galaxy. I picked this game up. I think I bought this in Newport CEX 5-6 months ago, maybe. Really good looking game. The reason I haven't played it is actually I bought it again on the PlayStation store. It was something like £2 to £3. So I thought, oh yeah, definitely. If I got the choice for a couple of quid extra, I would rather have it on my PlayStation 5, you know. It's just ease of use, you know, and it's like less bugs and stuff like that. The disc, if it's digital, you won't have any problems with the disc or anything like that. But this is complete in box. So that's more of a collector's point of view. Collector's cap on, let's say. R-Type Final, a really good game. I'm surprised. I bought this years ago, and it's quite a cheap game. I stayed cheap. I thought buy this because this might go up in value. R-Types are hard shmups, but they are good fun. They're classics as well. I grew up playing those games, you know. But yeah, it's still very good price, that is. Haven't played this yet. Robot Warlords, as you can see, it was $1.99 or 3 for a £5. Yeah, I don't know much about it, but I really do like the look of it and the mood for these mech kind of games. I always enjoy anything mech. Happy days. Awesome Game Alert. Samurai Showdown 5. Can argue this is, well, if I wanted to play this game with my SNK Neo Geo Fight Stick, I can, but most 9.997 recurring underscore point that. Yeah, so nine times out of 10, I'll play it on I've got the Neo Geo Samurai Showdown collection, so I'll play Samurai Showdown 5 on that. So I got my Victrix Pro or my Hori Hayabusa stick, so fuck it. But the reason I got that is because I got that Neo Geo Fight Stick, you know. SOCOM US Navy SEALs. I don't think I've played any of these SOCOM games, you know. Is there a third one there as well? Yeah, fuck, so I've got 1, 2 and 3, but I got to be in the mood, but I want to go back. I love this PS2, Xbox and GameCube. I think they had really good first-person shooters, and like the tactical, patient, kind of squad-based shooters are really good. Again, I'm calling them shooters, first-person shooters. So like the Ghost Recons and stuff like that. So yeah, I really enjoyed on this generation Rainbow Six. Outstanding game. I had the one with the headset and all that. It was great fun. I had that on the Xbox, and I think this was PlayStation's answer to that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm definitely going to play them, but I want to show them the love they deserve. Right, a game I was looking for years, but I was looking for it's called something different here. SOS, The Final Escape. In Japan, and I think in America as well, or overseas, it's called Disaster Report. I think it's Disaster Report 3 or 2. I've got Disaster Report 4 on the PlayStation 4. I had it off my brother for Christmas last year, actually. And it's a really hard game to find for a physical. Good luck finding that game in CEX, that's all I'm saying. But yeah, it looks really good. If it looks more like more the same as in the one on the PS4, you know. So I haven't played it yet, but it's funny. I was looking for Disaster Report. CX didn't seem to stock it, and it was only about a year ago I realised it wasn't called Disaster Report, so that's why I couldn't find it. Another newer game to the collection is Sonic Gems collection. It looks like there's 3 games on there. When you look at the back, it's got 3 games, but if my memory is right, yeah, it's 9 games on there, so it's not the best marketing, you know. You think, I paid £8 for this. The game I really wanted was Sonic the Hedgehog Fighters. I haven't got around to playing it yet, actually. I did mean to play this in Around the World of 80 Fighting Games, but I forgot Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I still can't believe that. Like, I'm so sorry. So I'm not exactly going to remember fucking Sonic had a fighting game. Speaking of fighting games, Soul Calibur 2, amazing game. Soul Calibur 3, very good game. I've talked about them before on the channel. My favourite compilation on the PS2 by a country mile is the SNK Arcade Classics 1. this is brilliant on my Neo Geo Fight Stick. So again, it's got all those games come on this one disc. So Magician Lord is the one I remember. I really wanted it for that. So you've got Sam Show is on there, Fatal Fury, King of the Monsters on there, King of Fighters 94 is on there, Shock Troopers, there's a fucking football game on there or something, Art of Fighting. Yeah, that is brilliant, and it's on the PSP as well. I think it's cheaper on the PSP. This game's starting to go up in price, or has been going up in price since I bought it. I only paid a couple of quid for it, but I think it's quite pricey now. So, but it's not going to come back down in price, I don't think. One of my newest games to the collection, and I love this game, Spectral versus Generation. Two things. Whether this guy here, his name, I'm pretty sure it was that guy. I've only played it once on my channel. His name's Ryu Ken. Ryu Ken. And I just imagine the board. Right, we need a main guy. He needs to be like a bit of a Ryu or Ken kind of character. The guy's like, say no more, fam. Got it. What should we call him? I got it. Ryu Ken. I just think it's so funny that his name. I just can't get my head around it. But it plays like a Street Fighter Alpha cross with maybe a Darkstalkers gameplay. And this was a complete blind buy. It was, when you're on CX and you're it does the recommendations, comes up underneath when you're looking at a game. Oh, you might also like, and that came up, and I thought something spoke to me, and I thought one thing led to another. I bought it, and my first impressions are on my Around the World of 80 Fighting Game series. So check it out, baby. Brilliant game, 9 out of 10, any day of the week, twice on a Sunday. Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy. I haven't played it yet, but it looks like a good laugh, product of his time maybe, but yeah, I just picked that up. Star Ocean Till the End of Time. I haven't played any of these games, but they look fucking brilliant. It's Square Enix as well, so they know what they're doing with an RPG. I think it looks like a turn-based or real-time battle system. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I think I've got Star Ocean on the PS4 as well, which is on my list, on the backlog. Played this briefly. I think I played it back in the day. I might have borrowed it off a mate. Just a fucking ton of fun. I'm not saying it's the best Star Wars game ever, but it's yeah, very good. I like the film as well, so yeah, really good fun game. Star Wars Starfighter, Star Wars Jedi Starfighter, got them. They were like 50 pence each, baby. So 2 Star Wars games for a quid. I haven't played them yet, unfortunately. Really good game. Steel Dragon EX, another shmup. I'm pretty confident I got this from Retribution as well. He's always got good shmups in there. I don't know where he's getting them from, and his prices are amazing for shmups. You can pay. This is quite an expensive game now, if my memory serves me correct, but yeah, I do recommend that. Street Fighter Alpha Anthology, awesome game. Street Fighter EX3, good fun game. It's the best Street Fighter EX. It's better than 1 and 2 because they came out on the PS1. Surfing H3O, and it's made by Rockstar. Wow, baby! Rockstar made a fucking surfing game. The graphics look okay, but yeah, happy to have that. I haven't played it yet, mind. SSX, no, I said 3. I bought that in a charity shop about 4 months ago, and it was just there for like 20 pence or something. I was like, yeah, fucking right, I'll have that in the collection. Sword of the Samurai, that was a blind buy on eBay. I think I was looking at this sale. I bought a couple of things off the seller before. I must have followed the seller, and this came up, and I thought, yeah, like for 2-3 quid, free postage, get it in my collection. Another Legends thing, so this is Taito Legends. I think it's Operation Wolf is on there. New Zealand Story. Can't remember. Yeah, Operation Wolf. That was the reason, because I grew up. Operation Wolf was a big deal on the Sega Master System. That's why I got that. Now we're off to the big boys. Tekken Tag Tournament. Was that a launch title? I think it might have been a launch title for the PS2. Very good game. There's no such thing as a bad Tekken game, okay? So you got Tekken 4. I just skimmed through them because I've talked about these games before, right, on my collection, in my YouTube channel. Tekken 5. Tenchu Wrath of Heaven. I got into the Tenchu series. I'm not very good at the games, okay? But when my actual favourite YouTube channel, other than my own, my favourite YouTube channel, Great Men Taking Over the World, go check them out, guys. They're really, Ren's I think he's the owner of the channel, I'm not sure. But there's a load of, like, high school friends or college friends or whatever, and but it's mainly Ren keeping it going now. But he loves the game that came out on the PlayStation. And anytime I see a Tenchu game, I think if it's good enough for Ren, it's good enough for me. So shout out Ren, keep up the good work, pal. Terminator 3, The Redemption. Love a good Terminator game. This game's okay. It's made by Atari, but it's an okay game, you know. If you're not a fan of Terminator, stay well away from it. The Bouncer, this is made by Squaresoft, so it's not Square Enix, Squaresoft. Good fun game, a little bit silly, do you know what I mean? It's like a brawler game. Your girlfriend, you're a bouncer in a nightclub, in case you couldn't tell by that title. Yeah, it's a good laugh. I don't pay over £10 for it. I think I paid £2 or something like that. It's worth that any day of the week. The Getaway and The Getaway Black Monday. Shout out Chris Richards. I know a couple of Christophers. We had a ton of fun. I used to just enjoy watching him. Before I had a PS2, I used to go up with one of my best friends from primary school and what's it called? Secondary school. I said high school then. And it was one of these, I can't remember. Really good fun. It was nice seeing like a GTA game, AAA game in London. It was like, wow, look at that, there's Dixon's in the background and stuff like that, you know. But yeah, that's what I remember anyway. But yeah, we had a ton of fun watching Chris play that. Haven't played this, The Red Star. I know this video is going on, guys. I'm down to my last pile, okay? So please bear with me. The Red Star, haven't played this. Looks okay. Just can't say any more on that. Tony Hawk's Underground, massive, massive, massive game. I think I had this game for free. I had the t-shirt and everything. I threw the t-shirt. It just said Thug on it. It's a perk of working in Curry's. I'm pretty sure there was a promo on or something. I'll give these to the gamer staff. I was like, please, may I have one of them? Please, I will love you forever. Yeah, so I had one of them. Transformers, another Atari game. Transformers are very hit or miss with the games, you know. I haven't actually got round to playing this one, but it looks pretty good for a PS2 title. Urban Chaos, I can't remember, this was a recommendation on YouTube as a channel. I think it's in, believe it or not, some people's top 10 games on the PS2, so haven't got around to playing it yet, but it looks fucking really good. Eidos made it. Urban Reign by Namco. Now, this is a Tekken spin-off as well, so you can play, it's from the creators of Tekken and Soul Calibur, the fucking Namco, isn't it? But I think you can play as Tekken, yeah, 60 playable characters, including Paul Phoenix and Martial Law from the Tekken series. Happy days, yeah, it's like a brawler, like a Streets of Rage 3D kind of thing. It looks like, but I haven't got around to playing it yet. I do apologise. Valkyrie Profile 2. They've just done a new one of these, haven't they? And this, I bought this was like £1 or something. I think I had this as a charity shop when I was like, oh, yeah, I'm having that. I don't know how much it goes for, but it looks fucking beautiful. Look at it. Yes, I nearly bought Valkyrie Profile, whatever the new one's called, with my my employee of the month. I had a £50 Amazon voucher, and I thought, fuck, should I just buy a brand new game? So I very rarely, unless it's a fighting game, like King of Fighters 15, for example, Guilty Gear Strive, I very rarely buy a game on launch day. You know, it's been ages since I pre-ordered a game. Like I did pre-order King of Fighters 15. I thought it wouldn't be nice to play a new game for once. But no, I resisted. I got a couple of Mortal Kombat pickups instead. But yeah, haven't played it yet, but it looks really, really good. Virtua Fighter 4, I loved it so much, I bought 2 copies of it. I'm glad that was the right game there. But this is another example of had it back in the day, went into storage, forgot about it, saw it in the shop for like £2 or something. I was like, Virtua Fighter 4 for £2? Gimme kind of thing. So years later, when I've got all my boxes, I had a copy of it all along. But a game I didn't have a copy of, Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution, baby. So that's the special edition. I'm not 100% sure what the differences are, you know, because I haven't played that since back in the day, really. But I played that, did feature on my channel Around the World with 80 Fighting Games, Bambino. Way of the Samurai. This is a series I'm looking forward to getting into. I think there's 4. I think 1 and 2. Have I got 2? Yeah. So 1 and 2. I think I ordered that one online. But I picked this one up first. It was sort of in CX Swansea, if my memory serves. did a couple of reviews, read a couple of reviews, or watched a couple of reviews on YouTube, and apparently 1 is considered the better of the 2, and then this 3 is on the Xbox and PS3, and 4 I think is a PS4 exclusive. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but yeah, look right up my alley, those games do. Wipeout Fusion, I think that was like £1 or something. Did borrow it off a friend years and years ago, back in thy day. Bit of fun. I've only ever played the WRC Rally Evolved. I've played this game only on the steering wheel. I had a friend growing up who was big into these kind of games, and he had like a very expensive steering wheel. Another one, it was the first time it gives you feedback, so you can't just turn. If the car wants to go that way, it simulates it, you know. And we were shit at it, but yeah, he wouldn't let us play with the controller. So yeah, again, £1, something like that. Get in my collection. This was a cheap game, Extreme G Racing. That gives me Akira vibes, that cover, you know. If that bike was fucking red. Yeah, I haven't played it yet, but I think it was nice and cheap. So, happy days. Paid 50p. Can you believe that? 50p for 13. Apparently, the remaster, they've sorted it out now, apparently. It's meant to be a good game to get into. But I've owned this on all 3. What I mean by all 3 is PS2, Xbox, and the GameCube. Brilliant games. Yakuza, I don't think this works. Or this might have been on a dodgy PS2, so I haven't got rid of it yet. But brilliant games. Zone of the Enders, the second runner. Looks like a good laugh. I saw that. I think it was, yeah, it must have been a CEX. But a year or so ago. Haven't got around to playing it yet. And last but not least is Seven Blades, baby. I've no idea. I think I bought, this was a bundle, like a job lot, excuse me, on eBay, if I remember right, and this was a game that was in there. Played it very quickly. It seemed like a bit of fun. And there we are. I'm going to cut it off there. Thank you very much. Oh my God, over an hour. It's going to take ages to upload. This should be up by Christmas. I've got the fastest internet here. But good job I got the extra storage on my phone though, because this video would not fit on my old iPhone 7. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully the audio is okay. Hopefully you're going to subscribe. Hopefully I'm going to stop saying hopefully. Sorry guys. Yeah, so I'm going to have to reach for that fucking button now. Oh, my old legs, old bones, old balls, loose skin. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching. Please Hadouken that subscribe button. As always, love you, bye.